So almost everyone that I know is talking about vibe coding. But there's another side to this that is just as big, which is vibe design. And here is what's happening in that space. People are going into tools like Stitch, generating 20, 30, sometimes 40 screens to explore ideas. And that's great. And that's really the whole point of tools like this, right? But then you look at your workspace and it's chaos. You cannot find the one you liked from yesterday. Your colors are inconsistent across screens. And if you want to take any of this and actually build something from it, good luck matching what Stitch gave you. And this is where Stitch actually shipped a massive batch update, which solves basically all of these problems. You're talking about design systems, AI research agent, creating favorites, new MCP tools, and it's now natively inside Antigravity. Let me walk you through all of these things. Before that, a quick disclaimer, all opinions are my own and do not belong to my employer. All right, so now let's get into it. So Stitch can be accessed through labs.google.com and experiments, and you will see here it is Stitch. So if you click on the try it now, it will open up the Stitch landing page. The first thing to notice here is you can basically start with a new design. You can make an app design or a web design. And then here you have the capability to select different types of agents. So you can directly just have a basic large language model working with you, both with Flash and 3 Pro. But then they recently introduced the Ideate Agent, which allows you to have a conversation before it actually designs anything. And then there's this very interesting aspect of redesign agent as well. So this is where you're able to upload an existing website URL and basically ask it to redesign the URL, the website itself. But the first thing that I wanted to do was if you're doing something from the start, you would actually want to do a bit of an ideation. So let's say that I want to ideate on something like this, right? I want to find a color palette that conveys luxury and eco-friendly for my new skincare brand called Verdure. So show me options that feel premium but sustainable. So you can see that I'm really trying to have an interaction with Stitch here and really try to understand what is it that Stitch is able to do. So on the left hand side, you will see that it is now going to go ahead and this is an agent. So it is going to do some research and it will come back to me with some answers and some directions. You can also ask it various type of, basically give it a problem, right? So various type of questions and it will always come back to you with some really awesome suggestions, but keeping design in mind. So you can see here, it's already did the web search and this is the beauty of the Google ecosystem because obviously it has access to Google search, but then it is doing the search based on the context that it needs to create all of these designs in the future. It has come up with three distinct designs. It already knows that it is 2026. One is deep heritage, and it is giving you the palette and typography and concepts and the vibe. The second one is sun-washed earth, which is like minimalist. And then third one is the high-tech organic. So maybe I'm going to go with three, which is natural, which is high-tech organic, or something that I like. And before actually creating the designs, it is going to create documentation first. So this is another thing that is really cool about the Ideate agent. So it's generating a PRD, which is product requirement documentation. So you can see that it is really acting as a product manager and having the conversation with someone who's the business owner to hear your requirements and then come back to you with a product requirement documentation to get a sign off. And then once you're done with this, then it is going to generate the designs for you. It's doing that as we speak. So it has created this particular PRD and you can expand it. The good thing is it is very detailed. It provides what is the pitch. This is the persona. These are the devices. And then these are the different types of screens that it is going to generate. And this is the key flow. It also basically tells you the design system, the color palette and everything, right? So this is like a complete product requirement design documentation. You can see it has given you a lot of different details. And so you can go ahead and download this directly and keep it for your records. What you can also do is continue with the ideation. So here you can say that, okay, I don't like this. I want to make these changes. Or if you like this, then you can just go ahead and say proceed. So now that I've asked it to proceed, it is going to generate the screens for this particular website, right? Because we asked it to generate a web app, not a mobile app. So it's going to do that generation now. It is going to generate 5 different screens for us. So it has completed designing the screens. And as we had discussed with it before, right, it has generated 5 screens that capture this particular aesthetic. It has the landing page, the product list, the formula analysis, the guided usage. So we can always zoom in and see what it has generated, and you can see the quality of this particular thing. It is really nice. So you're able to see the different types of products. This is basically the landing page. This is the product listing. This is the formula analysis. So you can see all of these different pages listed over here. So once you have this, right, there are a few different things that you are able to do. So number one, once you select all of this, then you are actually able to generate a prototype, which is a pretty cool thing that was recently added that allows you to generate a prototype so that you can see how the different interactions are going to happen, right? So while it is doing that, the latest thing that I wanted to show was if you select any one of these, you're also able to now create a design system. So when I click on the design system, it will open up this particular page. And then here you are able to create the design system so that you are able to save this for the future, right? So the idea is you want a consistent theme about the way you like to design things. And if you are designing and someone else is coming here, right? So they will be able to select this particular design system and simply apply this, right? So once I've selected this, you can make some changes here, the font, the color mode, and then you're able to save it. And now you have this particular design system available for you all the time. So changing that because that's the one where we had applied the design system. So I can select this one now and actually go back to design system, and I'm able to just apply this one over here, right? And then I can say that, okay, apply the design system for this particular page as well. So once you have created the design system, then however, whatever you're creating, you're simply able to use that design system so that your application, even in the future, if you're creating different variations, remain consistent. And that's the idea. Now, let's look at the prototype that it has created. So if I click on this, this is where I'm able to interact with it as well. You'll see like a fully interactive prototype, which has been created for us. I can select any one of these. I can go back to the landing page. I can look at different pages. So it is a really good, fully functional interaction feature. So I can restart, and then because we have created a website, right? So you're able to see all different types of pages, the protocol page, the science page, and then obviously the home page. And I can click on any one of these things. So for example, if I'm clicking on this particular product, what happens, etc. Right? So all of these things are very clearly there. This is the prototype feature that they have introduced recently. Once you're satisfied with everything that you have seen, this is where you are able to directly either copy this to Figma, which is another thing that they have added recently. So if your team uses Figma, then you can copy this directly into your Figma's interface and continue your work there. Or you are able to now click on export. And then here you can see that you are able to export directly in Figma from here as well, or Jules, or even set up the MCP. And this will give you very clear instructions on your different agents on how to use this, right? So this is now not just limited to anti-gravity, which I'm going to discuss in a few seconds, but also you can use Stitch in any kind of AI agent which has an MCP connectivity, which is almost all the agents, right? But then the native connectivity is directly from here to AI Studio. So I can just say that, okay, build with AI Studio, and you will see that it directly opens up here with all the images and everything automatically being added. So I don't even have to do a copy paste, and I can just click on build and it will start building this for you immediately. Now I think I selected Gemini 3 Flash. Obviously 3.1 is available now, so you can go ahead and change that model, and that way it will use the latest model for you to build as well. Okay. So those are some of the things which are there natively available in Stitch. But the biggest update that I wanted to share was if you go to anti-gravity right now, so I'm just going to launch it right now, you are able to directly configure the Stitch MCP out of the box in anti-gravity. So for example, here, when I come to anti-gravity, when I launch this, you can click on this MCP server over here. And now when you look for Stitch, Stitch is now directly available. So all you need to do here is you need to click on install. And then here is where you will need to provide the Stitch API key. So for that, you will need to go back to Stitch once. And if you click on this, you will have the Stitch settings. And this is where you're able to create a key. And then once you have the key available, you will need to copy the key from here, then go back to anti-gravity and copy paste the key over here and then save it. Obviously, I'm going to delete this key after the demo, but this is how you're able to do this, right? So once you're done with this, then you refresh And then here you will see all these different tools which are now natively available in Antigravity, right? Once you've configured, you can start the interaction with the agents. You can start by asking what are the different projects in my Stitch. What it should be able to do now is actually go back to Stitch and look at all the different projects that you have, which is in this one, we only have one particular project, which is, so it should be able to provide that response, right? So here you go, it is able to find that particular title and the project ID. Now, the next thing you can do is actually ask Antigravity to directly make changes in Stitch, right? So I'm going to say that use Stitch to edit my landing page, switch it from dark mode to a light with dark green text. So it has started working on this over here, and you can see that it is already running this particular argument. So if I refresh here, you can already see that it's like running live and it is actually generating this, right? So you can see in parallel that Antigravity is doing the job here, and you can see the update happening live in Stitch, right? And that is the beauty of doing something like this within using the MCP server, that you actually do not have to go in the interface here. You can pretty much do everything from Antigravity directly, right? We'll give it a few seconds for it to complete, and once it is done, it will actually come back in Antigravity and actually tell us what it has done so far. All right, so you can see here live that it has completed and created this very different landing page. I asked it to change the color scheme, and it is also telling us here that it has generated this. Now, what I can do is ask Stitch to generate 3 completely different layout variations of my product listing page. So this is my product listing page. What I've asked it that, hey, I want you to give me 3 different variations, right? So what I'm really showing you here is you do not even have to go to your Stitch project. You are pretty much able to do a lot of different things over here. So that way you do not have to step outside Antigravity to make those changes. Okay. So we'll give it a few seconds and then come back to look at this. All right, looks like it has completed and it has created 3 different styles. So you can see this was the original one. And here you are able to see completely 3 different designs. So I can zoom in and go inside and see. So this is the first option. This is the second option here. And this is the third option, right? So you can see that very different designs over here, which it was able to generate. Okay. So really cool, right? So far, what we have seen is we are asking Antigravity to do a bunch of stuff in Stitch. But now what I want to do is, if I'm satisfied with everything, I'm going to ask Antigravity to build me a fully working website for when you're using the designs from Stitch. This is where the entire loop is completed. So we did the research, design, and we created a bunch of additional screens. And then now we are asking Antigravity to code it and go ahead and build the entire thing. So we'll give it a few seconds and then we will see what it is able to do. So while it is doing it, remember we had actually asked AI Studio to also build it. So I just wanted to show you what we have got here. So this is what AI Studio was able to build, and it really looks sleek. You can see beautiful animations, really good product design here, right? And the different pages are available with subtle animations. Very impressed with what it has completed and was able to do. Fully functional and with multiple pages here. And you're able to see different styles as well. Now, obviously, you have the capability to now go back and ask it to do more stuff within AI Studio. And then if you're satisfied, then you're able to directly publish it from here to Google Cloud. And this will use Cloud Run to deploy your website. So this is pretty cool, very easy way to do it. And now I'm just waiting on Antigravity to finish the job as well. So it has finished the job and I asked it to run it and it gave me the commands and now it is in localhost. So this is the final output from Antigravity. Remember we had, converted the landing page from dark mode to light mode. So this is why now the landing page looks like this. And you can see the design. These are the different pages that it has built. Now you are able to actually change and add your own images, and you're able to do a ton of additional things when this is given to you in Antigravity. But this is what it came out as the first iteration, right? And you can see here, all of the files, etc., is directly available over here, and you are able to go ahead and ask Antigravity to make a bunch of changes as well. So that is how you're able to use something that you design in Stitch, make the changes in Stitch via Antigravity, and then ask Antigravity to go ahead and build. And then, of course, you can ask Antigravity to also deploy this in production using Firebase or even in Google Cloud Run. I did discuss this in some of the previous videos where you can deploy these applications in Firebase. So that is what I wanted to show you from a demo perspective. So let me just quickly recap what we did. We started with the Ideate Agent. We gave it a brand concept. It went to the web, did the research, came back with three different directions. We picked one. It created a full PRD, product requirements, persona, screens, design systems, everything. Then it generated five screens, all consistent, all on brand. From there, design systems. We locked in the colors, the font, the style, and now anything we generate in the future stays consistent. We saw the prototype features, fully interactive, clickable. We saw Figma export, copy your design straight into Figma. We saw the AI Studio integration, one click and it builds the site. And then the big one, which is anti-gravity, right? Stitch MCP is now natively available in Antigravity. So we edited a screen from Antigravity. We generated three layout variants from the IDE. Then we asked Antigravity to build the entire website from the Stitch designs. Research, design, code, one workflow. Now, let me be real with you. The design systems feature is still early. The Stitch team said more is coming in the next few weeks. Right now, it's colors, fonts, corner radius, foundational stuff. I would expect components and more advanced tokens to follow. We are all here and eagerly waiting to see what's coming. The Ideate Research Agent is genuinely impressive. That PRD generated, that's not a toy demo. That's something you could actually hand to a developer. And the anti-gravity integration, that's the real story. If you're already building an anti-gravity, this is a no-brainer. Install the Stitch MCP, edit the designs, generate variations, build the site, all without leaving your IDE. The AI Studio build was also pretty impressive. So you've got options depending on your workflows. So that was something I really wanted to share with you guys today. I hope you found this valuable. Please definitely let me know in the comment section if you guys have any questions or if you liked it or even if you didn't. I will be very interested to understand that so that I can improve on my content. And of course, if you're new here, please to hit that subscribe button if you're interested in getting similar videos in the future. And if you have liked the video, please do hit that like button as well. Thank you once again for your time. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.